Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Integrate Online, presented by West Virginia University Reed College of Media, which offers renowned online master's degree programs in marketing communications. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we'll be discussing AI for marketing communications, automate, create, and empower with Samuel Chen. Please be sure to keep your mics muted for the session and send questions in the chat feature. And with that, I'm very happy to introduce my friend, Sam.
Fuel up my screen, start my day right. Connect the dots, ignite the light. Integrate online, the future is here. West Virginia University, let's make it clear. Build the bridges, break down the walls. Learning together, standing tall. Fuel your creativity, let it flow. Virtual dreams are ready to grow. We're ready to grow.
All right, welcome everyone. I am Sam Chen. As Chat introduced myself, I'm happy to talk about AI to do with all of you. As people are coming in, we'll dive in a little bit more. As a little quick background for myself, while I am an AI expert in this field for communication marketers, I have worked with several Fortune 500 companies around the world. So some of these you recognize like Google, Disney, Intuit, L'Oreal, General Electric, Lockheed Martin. I've done some communication marketing planning and work for them over the years. But what I am most famous for is actually my McWedding proposal. If anyone knows anyone who works at McDonald's, I did a proposal with my fiance to do a McWedding when I proposed to her, and I've been trying to get in touch with McDonald's since. Nothing has happened since the proposal, so if anybody knows anyone from McDonald's, let them know I want to do a McWedding. But today we're here to talk about AI, and I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, and I'd love for you to put in the chat if you have any questions about AI, anything with communication AI, what exactly AI is, put them in the chat and I'll try answering them during the conversations or after. Right now, our agenda today will be talking about the history of AI, and our agenda today is going to be talking about the history of AI and media. Then we'll talk about AI Gen text, so GPTs, followed by AI generated images, audio, video, and AI ethics. Now, a lot of people have these questions, and I've seen this happen over and over and over again. What is AI? And the answer here is AI is a software. What we know a software is a program that has 7 instructions that tells a computer how to perform a specific task. So Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and even video games like Pac-Man. All of these are programs that we've used years over years that were just programs that did 7 instructions that we had to do to achieve our goals or actions. So that means software is just technology that responds based on programs we program it. And back in the day, we used codes to program our computers. Over the years, software has evolved. In 1998, it's the biggest jump of the expression of software, kind of as an AI, with Google search. Google search was the first time, instead of typing in codes, typing in specific commands, we could actually just talk to the AI engine and say, hey, what is George Washington's birthday? Or where do I find a burrito near my house? Google was the first time where you didn't have to know programming information in order to communicate with a computer to find an answer. Then in 2005, with the information collected, it started building maps. And with Google Maps, it started suggesting things in your local area. That is the evolution of how AI went from just being a stagnant program that you talk to the software, say, do this, to, well, I'm going to add a little more to my database. I'm going to do a little bit more to make your experience a little bit more smoother and easier. An example would be Netflix in 2007, when you watch movies, it starts recommending movies similar to the interests you've seen before. And in 2014, while you see the software is learning from what you search, what you're behaving, now it's learning by human language, how you communicate. And Alexa is the best example in 2014, where you could talk to an electrical device and it will say, oh, I understand what you're saying. Here are my answers. So over the years, we're evolving our software. And that means AI just means it's artificial intelligence that learns and self-corrects itself with knowledge. So we've always used software. It just ends up being the software is getting more intelligent over the years. So when people talk big names about all these AI tools, they usually refer to just software, just a little bit more advanced in terms of communicating with us or how to do instructions. Now, how does AI give an answer? And usually the process is you ask a question or a prompt to an AI. The AI goes back to its database and checks over millions of different information to say, hey, what is the potential answer? Then it gives a different kind of various answers and gives a rating score saying, this is very likely, this is unlikely, based on the accuracy of the text and also behavior of previous users. So if someone went in and said, that's not the right answer, it'll de-rank the answer and try to give you the best answer possible. At the end of the day, the answer you receive is based on humans' response ratings towards what the answers were, as well as that the best keyword indication or key phrase indication on the AI to give the answer. You're going to hear a lot about these two words, and they're very simple. And honestly, you don't really need to say it often. I know a lot of AI people love saying this, but the answer here is natural language processing is called NLP, and it just means the software understands or interprets human language properly. For example, if you spell something wrong on the computer, it'll probably understand what you're trying to say. That's it understanding human language interpretation. Or Siri, for example, when you talk to the device. Because it understands what you're trying to say, it's slowly evolving how it can understand what's being told. While ML, which is machine learning, just means that the software allows itself to improve. For example, Amazon shopping recommendations, when you look for something, it tries to recommend more and more based on your result. It's trying to learn your buying behavior. So those are two big words. Don't worry, it's not like you have to memorize those things. At the end of the day, it just ends up being, it understands how we communicate, and it tries to learn a little bit more every time it communicates with us. So the definition difference between software and AI is software performs tasks and AI uses logic to perform tasks. So does everything need AI? And the truth, which is why most of us are here today, is AI is just a huge marketing word for a lot of businesses. It's just software update or a feature. At the recent CES this year, the Consumer Electronics Show, a majority of the booths were told that they have AI technology, but they weren't. They're just software that they use as a marketing buzzword. They didn't have the artificial intelligence to say how to recognize what to do things on its own. It literally was just a software. They just put the sticker to say it's AI. The other part that a lot of people are using AI is they're using AI chatbot features that allows it to search databases a little bit faster. So technically it is somewhat AI, but it's not as advanced as we thought of. And the last one is they just don't have AI in general. It's happened a lot of businesses where they slap on saying that it's AI and they never really had AI. It was just a software. They just said, it's AI. So that's why not every AI tool is considered advanced AI. Some are basic and some may just not have it. So let's talk about how AI has changed over the years, and it's because it's how us humans have changed. And I call this prompt culture. Prompt culture means how we evolve as we ask for prompts for a device and how we get results from it. In 1998, when we had Google search, we used to ask a question, and Google would give us a list of recommendations on page 1, 2, and maybe page 3. And we will go through each of these pages and try to find the best result to us. In 2010, is Netflix year or Netflix culture, where they try to prioritize the list to make a smaller list of recommendations. So not page 1, 2, and 3. Instead, you have a choice of 5 or 6 to say these are the best choices. So instead of us getting a whole list, we are now prioritized to say, hey, these are the best choices. Instead of you looking and doing your own research, I recommend these 5 choices. You still have to do a little bit of research, but you got choices. And now 2024, we are now pushing the limits of AI. That's when we ask command, it does all the research and gives us one answer. That's ChatGPT culture, which ends up being the prompt culture went from us doing research at the end to us trusting the AI to have the answer at the end. And you're seeing this today in Google search, Bing search, even when you use your phones, when you talk to Siri, when you talk to Google, when you talk to Bing, when you search things online, you're seeing that it's only giving you one answer, and we accept that answer. That's the reality we're going towards, where we're giving AI more and more trust to find us the right answer. And that's something we should question, saying that should we really do that fully? People keep saying AI can do everything, but the reality is there's a lot of things AI can't do. And as communication, as marketers, as business people out there, the value of creativity. AI cannot lead on its own. It must receive instructions. All the AI tools out there on the market cannot perform any objectives on their own. When you tell AI, build me a business, it doesn't know what to do. It'll give you a set of instructions that it kind of knows, but it doesn't understand the context or what it's supposed to do. So an AI relies on a human to help it start off, or what to do, or where to go. Without those instructions, the AI can't do anything. It cannot lead. This is a very good friend of mine, Marilyn Barefoot. She works as a consultant for a majority of Fortune 500 companies across North America. Her quote was, "No big ideas come from doing the same thing the same way." And while AI can do a lot of cool things, it usually does the best thing. And if it does the best thing, it means it's the same thing. And over again, if it gives you the same answer over again, gives the same format, you're going to have the same thing over and over again. And therefore, there's no creativity. And people get bored if it's not creative. People do not want standard. They want something different. They want something to evolve. Therefore, as AI tries to evolve, it's not going to evolve as fast as human creativity or our thought process. And I say this quote every single webinar I do. AI is an extension of your vision. It can't tell you what the best answer is. You can. You are the best judge. You can see what it can do and what it cannot do. You help guide the AI to do what you want to do and helps build that bridge together. So AI is basically an extension, gives you more vision, gives you more skills, gives you more creativity skill sets, but you're still the one in control and you're the one that actually make things happen. So with that idea of AI, let's talk about the first example, AI Gen text. And we all know ChatGPT, big words, and I know at least 40% of people I've talked to, they know of it, but they never touched it in their lives. So let's dive in to make sure we know pretty well what we're working with. And ChatGPT, the GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It used to be text. I'm very sure it used to be text. They changed it in the last year because as ChatGPT evolved, it did more images, data analysis, and because of that, it evolved to the point where they had to rename to Transformer. These are the four main AI text gen tools on the market, and these are all free to use. ChatGPT is created by OpenAI. Copilot is created by Microsoft. Gemini is created by Google, and Meta.ai is created by Facebook. Here's the truth between each of these AI tools. ChatGPT was the first GPT model that existed, and eventually in the last 2 years, it implemented Bing search into its engine with its partnership with Microsoft. Copilot used to be Bing search, and then they rebranded to Copilot, which good move, but it uses the same engine of ChatGPT because Microsoft invested into ChatGPT's research. They're using the same engine into Copilot. And we will be forced to use Copilot. If you work in the academic setting or businesses that use a Microsoft suite, Copilot is our default AI engine. So very likely that is the engine we are very likely forced to use. Even though ChatGPT same thing as Copilot, we know how Microsoft businesses work. They like to make sure everything's all in one suite. But yeah, it's basically ChatGPT, but under Microsoft and a little bit weirder UI experience for what I have. Gemini used to be called Bard. They rebranded it because people did not like the name Bard. Gemini's all right name. And surprisingly, Gemini is actually a pretty good engine for casual users. So while ChatGPT, in my opinion, is more people who are more tech savvy or result oriented, a casual user like someone who's like my grandmother or someone who just likes more of a better UI experience and in terms of how to communicate, Gemini is actually a pretty good tool. I teach a lot of people at Carleton University who are more retired professionals. They prefer Gemini more because it is a more seamless experience for them. And I'll show you each of these tools in depth. As for Meta.ai, sure, they just made it. Yeah, it uses Google search, FYI. So these are the 4 tools that we will be demonstrating for you. You can take a screenshot now, and you can try yourself which tool you like a little bit more of. But before we use these tools, let's talk about how to create prompts. And people keep telling me what is the perfect prompt. And the answer is AI was built to adapt to you. So why do you have to write the perfect prompt when it should understand what you're saying? So talk to the AI engine like a consultant, like a person, like a friend. Because if you don't do that, that defeats the point of AI technology to evolve with natural language processing to understand what you're trying to say. So don't think there's a sophisticated answer. Just talk to it like the way you want to. But there are some rules that make your life a little bit easier. Be specific. What are you trying to ask the AI engine to do? Give context. Why are they doing it? Make it simple. Keep it a sentence. Keep it short. Don't overcomplicate the AI. And suggest a structure. So should it be an Instagram post? Should it be a LinkedIn post? Should it be email? Should it be a message? How many sentences should it have? And give it feedback. If it doesn't get it right the first time, you keep asking changes or you ask for more. Because AI is not going to be the perfect answer. If it gives you one answer first off, well, you should always double check. You should also consider them. So, example of using ChatGPT's latest 4.0. Create a LinkedIn message for me about promoting Fairground pickleball courts. In Canada, we have a pickleball's location, and I want to give 3 sentences. So it says, looking for a fun way to stay active this summer, come join us at Fairground Pickleball Course for some exciting games, meet new friends, we're offering free pizza and demo rackets for all new players. See you on the court. Easy, simple. It helps you give some ideas of what I should do. Now, with these prompts, you can use these AI engines to write emails, create speeches, proofreading, brainstorming ideas, and feedback on messages. As a communication professional, you're using this as your second tier eyes. Use the AI engine to help you think of structures because we always have creativity block. And we don't always have time to ask a friend. We don't have time to ask a coworker. AI is there for you to help you bounce off ideas. Use it as a platform to think other ways to speak, other ways to write, other ways to think. That's what AI should be used for. Is for you to use it as an idea incubator versus, a result-driven platform. Now, if AI doesn't get your answers right the first time, it's okay to ask it for different commands. Keep it short. AI loves to talk forever, and it's because they want to try to be correct. But I don't have time to read paragraphs after paragraphs if I want to know what was George Washington's birthday. Please keep it simple. Again, if they don't keep it short, if they don't keep it simple, you're as communicators, we need to keep this short and simple, or else people won't understand what we're trying to do. And please explain again, because sometimes they don't explain things well. And explain like I'm a 5-year-old. Sometimes information provides to you is over the top for people. As communicators, we need to make things simple and understandable for most people. So always ask you to try to simplify it. And the last one is, no, please try again. AI is not perfect. Make it closer to what you want. So let us compare. And in the chat, I will love everyone to start writing in the chats different prompts you want to hear and see in the different AI engines. And we'll probably pick 2 or 3. Right now, we have ChatGPT first off. And ChatGPT, I asked it, I've never been to West Virginia. And those of you from West Virginia, please tell me if this is correct list of places I should try out to eat dinner. They have a place called the Press Room, which offers American and Italian cuisine. Hillbilly hot dogs, is gourmet hot dogs, Houthi restaurants, Swiss comfort food, Merrill's Italian Kitchen in Fairmont, and Secret Sandwich Society. That's just interesting. So what they do in ChatGPT's engine is they list out all the recommendations. They try to reference a website based on Bing search, and that's how they also use TripAdvisor as well. So they use an online engine to write these results. To compare a Copilot, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of Copilot, it's kind of hard where ChatGPT, you have a list of all the different things you search out on the left side. Copilot kind of tries to act like well, a search engine where it just keeps adding on. It's kind of hard for you to refresh to a new topic. So right here, Copilot asked me, recommended West Virginia, Cafe Simono, County Inn, Press Room, Hillbilly Hot Dogs, and Hoot Restaurants. So it's just still the same thing as listing, and they have URL search. Now the cool part, Copilot is actually free compared to ChatGPT. So I think ChatGPT does not have the online engine if you use a free one. Copilot does, and it uses the same engine ChatGPT. That's why it's kind of the same thing. If you want to use a free one, just use Copilot. It's the same thing as ChatGPT because it has online access. Now, where things are different, Gemini, as you can see right now, Gemini actually gives you images of all these locations. So I want some restaurants. They recommended pepperoni rolls, biscuits and gravy, fry ramp dinner, and these are all locations to places that you can actually visit. And this is a lot more visually appealing for people to look at and then try to go to those locations. I think they actually recommended different locations compared to Bing search, obviously because two different search engines have two different results. But as you see, Google's actually is a little bit more easier for those who are trying to find results out there. Meta, on the other hand, just types out all the information. It uses Google search as the engine and lists things out. The results are different than Copilot's, but you see, that's it. So these are the four engines. So the second option is, okay, I want to promote my upcoming AGM at IABC Canada. I am going to become their incoming vice chair. I want them to create a social media post for me. I wrote down, this meeting will introduce our new members, our year-end accomplishment, create 3 social posts, and then give me a recommendation when to post. So it gave me the recommendations when to post, the key dates, it gave me a summary, then it gave me the post. Post 1 would be May 29th, post 2, May 30th, and post 3, May 31st. So this allows you to give the ideas of how you can post when the schedule is. It gives you those ideas. Copilot, on the other hand, very similar result as you see before, because the same engine as ChatGPT. That's why I probably won't use Copilot too much, just because it is the same engine. Gemini, on the other hand, posted this way. Here's your goals. Here's your target platform. Post 1, 2, 3 gives you the post and additional advice. And Meta, on the other hand, very similar to Google. So as you see, it's not really the information incorrect. It's more that which platform you prefer more. And that's why there's no right answer to which tool you use. Just use the tool you're more comfortable with. And I see some chat questions right now. Let's test this out. Let's see. Maurice, let's go for you first. We're going to put that in the engine. Create a new topic. Yeah. So unlike the other engine, it puts the chats there, and that's why it's not as pretty. That's why I don't love the free Copilot on Microsoft. Let's see. So for you, Maurice, see, there's again, digital marketing, community engagement, media outreach, messaging, branding, data analytics, and fundraising. Gives you a list out what you can do. Again, gives you a good idea where to start. Copilot cuts off a lot more than before, but it tries to reference online information. Gemini gives you a list too. Again, all these look very similar to as one another, ends up being what your preferences are. Melissa Glass, let's try yours. Right. Perfect.
Very interesting.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Let's see this out. Usually you like to start a new conversation, but because of time, I'm just going to put them all in the same one. So let's see. We did short subject line. Wait, did we just copy paste the same one? Short subject line email. Oh, so yeah, we have to make a new conversation, unfortunately, because it builds off the previous engagement. What I should say, that's the new ChatGPT engine. So unlock free resources to identify combat fraud today. Combating fraud, free resources and support inside. Google gives you a lot more choices. I will say though, for your reference, free is actually a bad word to use in email subject line lately because it can be detected spam. So I actually don't think these engines Oh, come on, Meta. Okay, see, this is why I don't. If I had to choose one to not recommend, Meta's probably one I wouldn't recommend. But as I said, free is actually where you shouldn't use the emails because it actually can be considered spam for a lot of different organizations. So yeah, don't fully use these. Use these as ideas. And one more, I'll go for Cecilia.
Can you ask it not to use the word free?
You can stop using the word free. Again, talk it like a human. Don't talk it like an AI. So yeah, there we go. Write a LinkedIn post. ChatGPT, stop trying to be so smart. You don't need to be that smart. So LinkedIn posting or marketing for B2B is like trying to make a LinkedIn post go viral in a room full of introverts. But hey, with the right mix of strategy, creativity, a dash of humor, anything is possible. Keep pushing boundaries. Hashtag marketing humor. I don't think that's a... I understand LinkedIn hashtags half the time. I feel like they just don't work. What did the B2B marketer bring aloud to the meme? Because they want to take their elevator pitch to the next level. Cool. My B2B marketing strategy in nutshell, me trying to explain ROI to my boss while simultaneously refreshing my LinkedIn feed to see what cat feed videos went viral. All right. So we tested out these engines, but I'm going to talk about another AI text audio tool, which you probably know of. It's called Otter AI. And be careful when you use Otter AI because it likes to record conversations a lot. So example, it's a great tool, but you just have to know when to use it. So hey, Josh, look, Otter AI talking to everything I'm saying right now. Okay. This likes to write down everything I'm saying, which is great for you to write down notes. But understand, some information that should be confidential, don't put in Otter AI because it's being recorded. Those are things that you should be careful when you use these kind of applications. It's a great tool, great audio recording. There are other tools out there. I think Microsoft and Zoom might have this capability too. But again, good tool, just be careful when to use it. Yep, I am not saving that. All right. Now we talk about AI gen images, which is the more exciting part. So while you all have experiences with AI tools, remember, use those texts to create ideas. Don't use it as finishing points. Use them to start somewhere and then build off that. AI is not perfect. AI is not the smartest. You're the one that understands reality. And that's the goal as communicators because we're talking to humans. We're not talking to AIs. So these AI tools I recommend, take a screenshot of this, designer.microsoft.com, ideogram.ai, meta.ai, gemini.google.com, and ChatGPT 4.0 Premium. But the issue with ChatGPT is you have to pay for the premium. So use Designer Microsoft because it's the exact same tool, just free. So how does AI gen images work? What first happens ends up being is you enter a command to the AI. The AI will go through the information based on your command saying that, hey, I would like a picture of Parliament Hill, or I can't remember what I put. I think I put church, or I'll say Parliament Hill for now. And the AI will dissect the text, say Parliament Hill. I'm going to look at the information database and say which words say Parliament Hill, and which ones are very likely the ones that are the ones I'm looking for. And then it tries to overlap the images together to say, hey, these images are similar. Let's try to make an image similar to that. At the end of the day, it creates that image that it was trying to build. I forgot I was trying to make a beach of that image. But that's how AI kind of builds is multiple images, tries to understand what it's supposed to look like based on the keywords that dissect it from the image, and then tries to merge one image together. And that's how AI generates images. So before we play with how to use me as an AI gen image, I'm going to show you some example of AI gen images by these platforms. Let's see. Where's my pick? So I will use Designer because Copilot designs the same images. We're going to use Meta, Gemini, and Designer. So I want to make a picture for pickleball. Oh, that's not what I wanted from you, AI. Make me a picture of people playing pickleball. I'll let Gemini do his thing. Pickleball for fun. So Gemini, I'm pretty sure they might have their own engine, but they create these images that look like they're playing pickleball. So a lot of people will be like, oh, these look really real. Yeah. But if you look carefully, some of the images have very weird visuals. For example, in pickleball, you do not look like that when you're playing. You're across the net from each other. Yes, none of these people look like they're playing pickleball because they don't look like that. But also, if you notice in Meta, I notice this a lot. the images are more blurry-ish because they don't want to showcase a real person fully. They try to make it look like it could be a real person, but the AI can't make a fully high-quality image of a human. All right, Gemini does not do human images. I forgot. So that's one thing Gemini cannot do is replicate human images because they want to make sure safety of others. Designed by Microsoft, created pickleball pictures, just try to make cartoon version. They can make some human ones, but this is a quick example of what they can do. And the last tool I would recommend is Ideogram, which is a great tool. I find this tool really good platform. So this was a more lifelike one than other AI engines because their focus is images, not text. So this looks very real, except there's a pickleball bracket on her wrist. Again, I don't think AI understands what pickleball is, but you have options to use these images to think of ideas, what kind of images you want. So if you have a photo shoot, video shoot, if you want a social post and you're not sure what you want to see, use AI to build that kind of idea, what you want to see. Again, like the AI picture, the more you look, the more weirder it gets. But the goal is you can use AI pictures online if you like. You just have to post online saying that this is an AI generated image. But also for you to say, this is a good place to start. This is something to use. And especially for people with low budgets who can't afford images online, AI is a good tool for you to use temporarily to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to interpret. Let's try a different image I've had. Create a logo. So at Waterloo University, for some reason, you have a lot of Canadian geese. So I want to build a Canada flight brand. These are the image logos they created for me. So I want a goose. These are pretty cute. Oh, actually, that's a pretty sick one. So good job, Gemini. That's a good logo. For Meta, come on, Meta, wake up. These are the logos they recommended. And Meta likes to do a different approach where instead of making a logo, they like to make it more lifelike. So you can see it's a little bit more lifelike. It's pretty cute, but that's not what I'm looking for. Good ideas, but it's not going to, be the logo I'm looking for. Microsoft Designer, these are cute logos. I like these. Yeah, these are good ideas to start off with and think about what you can do. And ideogram, let's see. The ideogram I thought were the coolest ones. So ideogram, these are the logos they created. Unfortunately, that's not Canadian geese. Did I say Canadian? No, chubby goose. That makes sense. But yeah, use these tools for you to think of ideas, use them to help start off ideas. And the cool part about all these AI engines is the fact that, especially Copilot, any images you create, you own the rights. Copilot has Stan Pat as Microsoft, both Brad Smith as the vice chair and Hussein as the chief legal officer. What you create, you own the rights and you can use for your own selling purposes. The biggest catch of why this is good is because you can't type in create image of me of Brad Pitt or Ryan Gosling. It won't do that because it's trying to protect people of their likenesses or usage or brand copyright. So it is a fine gray line where it's trying to protect you. Copilot will have the rights to protect you. It just ends up being, if it's correct or like it ends up being Copilot will be the one. If you create in the platform, you own technically the rights. Now, the other AI stuff, you saw AI gen images, which is AI started from text and they create images. But there are other more advanced AI tools that are cool. For example, you can change me in the AI tool. So in the chat, say what you want to see me differently. And what Canva, for example, does, which I love, is we could do a magic edit. Let's replace my face. Let's say put a puppy on me. And with this, it can actually create me to, look like a puppy. Oh. As you can see, AI is not going to replace us doing Photoshop or those advanced stuff. I'm just saying it is a thing. If anybody wants to try another one, put in the commands in the chat. We'll try Photoshopping me. Dragon Kitty. All right, cool. Let's try that. And one more, just because we are a little bit tight on time, so I just want to make sure we play around with this a little bit more. Jesus. Okay, we're not there for AI. I'm just letting you know right now. But As my past students, when they asked them to create AI images of me, they end up asking, put a hat on me, and they did that. Make me a bear. They told me, make me get ready for my wedding. Make me the moon, make me a bride, and make me a dog. So AI can do cool Photoshops, but it's not great Photoshops. It's just there. Now, the issue with AI images for you to keep an eye on, AI does not understand image formats properly. For example, see the image on the left side, I want a transparent image. A lot of us communicators, we always want transparent images to put on different backgrounds. It doesn't know what transparent image is. And I keep telling it, that's not transparent. It's like, no, it is because of the gray and white lines. I'm like, no, that's not it. It also doesn't understand spelling. So you see some memer camp, and then doesn't spell something right, because when AI builds images, it doesn't understand text. It says a U is a U in a picture, but if the U has an I next to it, it'll say that's a U and that's a U. So I'm just going to use that U. And that's how AI doesn't understand images or text fully. So when it creates an image, it's not going to be the same. And AI cannot replicate the same image twice. So when I ask AI to create an image over and over again, it will not replicate the same image because it's trying to start from scratch to avoid copyright. Also, AI doesn't understand context. So if I zoom in a little bit, the puppy's on the left side, great picture. But I want it to be a little bit darker because my eyes are just too bright. And it looks like the puppies are, depressed. That's not why I wanted it was a little bit darker color. Also, when I built QR codes, for some reason, Copilot designer doesn't understand QR codes. So I wanted to generate me a QR code. You can use that in ChatGPT engines. Hey, create me a QR code. Usually it can create you one automatically, which is a great tool for AI tools, for us communicators, but it creates images. But if you scan these QR codes, they don't work because they're not QR codes. It just, in their minds, they think, oh, and in the AI's mind, it's like, oh, QR code image, text, why not? But you're going to see a lot of these more often where they're going to make QR codes that actually don't work. And the other part is platforms like Gemini is copyright. So I asked, can you make this pig again? And it says no, because someone owns the rights. That's my pig. His name is Pizza. That is my pig I designed. So for Gemini to think someone else owns this image, that's wrong. And that's going to be an issue with copyright in the future, where AI is going to think that a lot of content out there may be owned by someone else. It's not. Some of us create our own content. And that's the issue, is be prepared that you might have to defend your own content. Now, AI tools out there, there are some great tools. 11 Labs for audio, Stable Audios for music, and Suno.com for songs. Let's try this out now. So 11 Labs is a great tool right here. You can use this for free. And what it does is you write text down and it'll say the voiceover. For example,
hello everyone, I'm an AI voice reader called 11 Labs. I'm happy to speak to you at West Virginia University's Integrate Online session. Now everyone should know, my favorite treat is a banana, because it rhymes with Cinnabon. Wait, no it doesn't. It rhymes with Taylor Swift. Also, please send me those new McDonald's shaker fries.
So, as you see, it does sound like a real person. You can use this tool for voiceover or podcasts. Those gives you the options to say,
hello, everyone. I'm an AI voice reader called 11 Labs. I'm happy to speak to you at West Virginia University's Integrate Online session. Now, everyone should know, my favorite treat is a banana, because it rhymes with Cinnabon. Wait, no, it doesn't. It rhymes with Taylor Swift. Also, please send me those new McDonald's shaker fries.
yeah, this tool is a good way for you to test out audio, test out script, to say, hey, how does this sound like? How to get those professionals' opinions out there. These are how these tools work. And it's a good asset for you to say, hey, this is what test voiceover sounds like. You can even use this for podcasts. Yeah, this is a free tool you can use, but there's a limited way you can do. And then if you want to really invest more, you can pay for it. But it's a great tool for you to try out voiceovers. Another tool is Stable Audio, which is a great tool for you to create music. A lot of times when we create podcasts, for example, you need some background music. So this allows you to create them without any copyrights, theoretically speaking. A good tool for you to create for background music, intro music, all that stuff, especially if your team is high on the budget. Or you want give you an example, acoustic guitar. And let's try boy band. I don't really love the music too much of this platform because it tries to, sometimes it thinks that it tries to do voiceover. That's why it sounds clunky-ish, but still a good tool to use. However, I want to show you my favorite tool. We're going to make some songs with you today. It's called Suno.com, and all you have to do is write a prompt in the engine, and it creates songs for you. For example,
Chicken wings, how I adore. Juicy and crispy, what I live for. Saucy and flavorful, it's true, I can't resist. I'm in love with you. Chicken wings all crispy and hot, can't help but eat them. A whole lot, dip them in ranch or maybe some blue cheese. Oh, chicken wings, you bring me to my knees.
or if you're trying to do a little bit more marketing song,
Woke up this morning feeling kinda blue. My old yoga pants got tear or two. I'm feeling guilty wearing underclass. I need me some new ones from Lululemon and Fast. I strut into the store sipping pumpkin spice, looking for yoga pants that fit just right. The sales girl says, honey, we got styles for days. I try them all on, I'm catching everybody's gaze. Give me them Lululemon yoga pants, hugs me real tight, ain't taking no chance.
or you can make a song for your friends. For example, one of my close friends love hot dogs.
Robbie in the house, ready to chow down, hitting on Costco. He's got one goal in town. He don't care about no fancy food. All he wants is that hot dog that's only a buck. Dude, with a big smile on his face, he struts through the door. He knows he's in for a treat. He's hungrier than before. Rodney's a legend, his love is true. He's a hot dog fanatic through and through. He's a hot dog fanatic, king of the bar. He's got that dollar in his pocket, ready for some fun. Rodney shakes his ketchup, adds some mustard too, 'cause when it comes to hot dogs, there's nothing he won't do.
And now we have the opportunity in chat right now. I'll try to make 2 or 3 songs. Can you guys tell me a sentence or a theme you want me to create a song with, and we'll create it right now. So it could be like pop song, country song, electric song, any song you want to hear, and what kind of theme you want to talk about. We could talk about, metal rock. Okay, metal rock. And what's the theme for metal rock? For Mothman, and he loves puppies. As that's moving on, we're going to make another song too. Give me some other requests you have. Other genres on top of topics. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, almost ready. And usually this tool gives you 2 different song choices. And if you don't like it, you keep requesting over and over again. But I find this a really good tool to create music, and you can also make instrumentals too. I find instrumentals a bit weird, but it's still a good tool. Let's try out Mothman.
Keeps his heart so clean.
Wow, that was I never expected that was a thing. Okay, that's thanks for that request. Okay. But I will say, I'll show you this a little bit after. But yeah, this could be an email. Let's try this song out.
Late night in my PJs, in my room, staring at the screen, feeling all the gloom. Another meeting calls me from my chair, could be an email, but I'm sitting right here. No more faces on the screen, no more calls that make me scream. Let's keep it simple, keep it brief, send a message, oh relief. This could be an email, bright and clear. No more meetings to appear. Send the words, send the note, save my time and let me float.
Again, these tools, the goal is, and especially with this generation, we know a lot of people like going on TikTok, like going on Instagram. They use audio as the search engine to share audio clips. I think it's important for us to start the conversation saying that let's not copy the same songs. Let's make our own. AI helps us create those kind of songs for fun, for amusement, and for connecting. Because let's be creative. Let's create something new and express yourselves differently. This allows your teams, yourself, and your brands to create new ways you can tell your message differently, and that's exciting. But there is a problem. Suno.com copyrights. And music genre is the hardest one to deal with because they have a lot of copyright rules, lawsuits, and a lot of stuff. If you were to generate a song in Suno.com and you use the free account, theoretically you don't own the rights, therefore you cannot monetize. So if I put on Spotify, I can't make money off of that. If you post it for fun, for free, I also think if you put in a YouTube video, because you're not directly making profits off of it, perfectly fine. But let's say you try to monetize it for paid. For example, I put on Spotify, I paid for my membership with Suno and said, hey, I own this song. If the song is very similar to an existing song online, Suno will not protect you. You are on your own against those mass companies like Warner Brothers or Sony. And because AI uses the best songs out there and they use the algorithm of the songs out there, you're very likely going to be similar to some of the artists out there. So be careful if you were to try to make profit off these songs, because there is a risk that you might be hit with copyright compliance. That's why it's messy. But if we use these tools for fun, excitement, for us to use for social media, for our own purposes, without trying to make profit off the songs, I think it's a-okay for you to do so. So the goal is use these songs to create ideas for your teams. Use this to speak messages differently, because in your teams, when you hear them, you can recreate them. You can hire artists. You can hire professionals out there to create these songs for you in a more professional sense that you can avoid these copyright situations, or use it just for fun. That's what you should be thinking about AI tools, is a way for you to express your creativity. And the other part you should know, I get sick of AI songs. I listen to AI songs for months. I create songs every single day. Suno, you can make 5 free songs a day, which is awesome. But eventually all the songs sound so similar. And as humans, we are creative. We create new music because we want to change the way people listen. Big artists out there, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, all of them do different songs differently because eventually people get tired of their own current songs. They want to try different things, try different relevancy to new generations. So people always need a palate cleanser. And that's why AI tries to be the best. But being the best doesn't mean it's the right move. Sometimes you want to be different. Sometimes you want to try things that are not the standard. And that makes your life better. And that's why it's not going to replace artists. It's going to help us build ideas. Now, there are AI tools out there. And these are the 3 I recommend. There are AI tool out there I do not like. It's called Lumify. This AI tool says it's a video generation tool. It puts text on screen. I told it to teach everyone how to do AI. It puts up music. It gets videos from stock footages online. I will say, as you see this video, it's not that the AI is generating the video like you saw with images or like with the songs that's unique. It just takes stock footages online, takes random text it generates from a GPT engine, puts them together, and makes a slideshow. So this is an AI slideshow engine, not AI video. So if anybody out there looks up these tools called Lumen 5 and InVideo, they are slideshow makers. They're not video AI gen tools. These are real AI generated tools, which we'll look at in a bit. But there are also AI tools on TikTok, which are not video AI, in my opinion. They are your AI image generators, which, sometimes you have a face, you generate to someone else. That is, in my opinion, an AI generation of images in a video format. True AI videos start from scratch from what you type in and creates images for you. For example, I have a video of LeBron James dunking on the net. The AI generated, that looks like LeBron James. That is scarily accurate. Except there's two basketball nets and he holding the basketball wrong. So AI doesn't understand the human context, but it's good for you to create sceneries to say, hey, this is what I want to see visually, or this is how I want people to behave. For example, you could use this example as a conference when people are coming up. You say, hey, this is how I want the conference to look like. You can use AI tools for some B-roll, for example. Here's a visual of a city. I tried doing Chicago City, but yeah, it's very blurry because video AI likes to blur things out. It doesn't like to straight lines because what it does, it compiles images over images each other. So these are just multiple images made to a video versus, a full video. That's why a lot of AI videos look weird because they're just multiple images over and over again. I'll give you a creepy photo of Mario and Luigi. You just switch up like that. Again, AI doesn't understand context fully. It can make visuals, but it's not fully there. My favorite one is when I made this AI about pickleball. That's not what pickleball looks like. I don't even know where the racket comes from with the guy on the left side. But yeah, that's how AI engine works. But it's a good way for you to express ideas. You can see this visual of the vehicle moving. This tool is called Runway ML, which is free to use. There's a certain limit before you have to start paying, but it's good for you to create and try out these kind of footages. Another tool I like is Pika.art, which allows you to create prompts. For example, let's see if I can. You saw the video earlier I made, the introduction video for our session. All of it was created by AI Gen. So AI can create gens of visuals of train moving on tracks. I try having this lady punch a wall. And we have Star Wars fights right over here, which is pretty cool. But they're only 3 seconds long. And if people ask, how do you know whether a video is real or fake? The longer the video, the less realistic it can be in the capabilities. The other part of V.io is another tool where you can have AI be avatar to speak, which we see more often online lately.
Hello, but she wears short skirts. I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain. And I'm on the bleachers dreaming about the day when you wake up and find out what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you've been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me, you belong with me.
So that's the lyrics of Taylor Swift, but this is an AI tool that allows you to create an avatar of someone speaking. So this one is a cool tool to use if you want a voiceover or someone to, do the voiceover for you if you don't have access to people. But these, in my opinion, are the 3 tools of AI Gen video, which is AI Gen avatar video, AI Gen visuals are these 2, Runway and Pika. Now let's get back into this presentation. Also, Runway ML, if you create content, you actually own it, so that's pretty cool. Now, this is an important question because that's where we're all here. How is AI shaping our world today for common careers? And number one topic we hear is AI is making us lose jobs. Microsoft posted this article saying that AI is rendering some professionals obsolete. But here's the thing we have to think about. Back in the day, we used to have a person who used to be a food tester and tested if the food is poisoned or not. If it did, they're dead. We have moved from that job that now you can do tests on food or sanitary safety for our foods or consumption. So we no longer need people to die. So if that's the case, and we're evolving from jobs are being obsolete because we're trying to remove some tasks that are risky or some tasks that are very repetitive. What's happening? Why are we against AI? And we're not really. In fact, Forbes did an interview with quite a few employers around the world, 96% of employees want to learn about AI because it helps positively impact their jobs, make their jobs easier. So AI is not making people's jobs worse, it's actually making us do better and do more in their jobs. If AI was replacing our jobs, there's a robot called Pepper AI, an assistant robot. She died in 2021 in terms of like they stopped producing her because no one want to talk to a robot. They're like, I don't know why, I'm just gonna talk to someone in real life. So AI is not the person replacing us. Then what is? And the reality is outsourcing work. There's exchange rates all around the world. There are people who the dollar value is much cheaper than the American dollar value. So you can hire someone at a 40K rate, 40K salary here in North America. You can hire 10 people in their country, and they are as skilled as us. So they're looking to hire more people. They're looking to hire humans, just not in our current environments. But if that's the case, how do we, succeed? How do we grow in our jobs? If the tedious tasks are the ones that are being moved away, like customer service, what are the jobs we're trying to keep here, and what people or what skills are most important for us? And there are two jobs in the future: people who adapt to new tools for their work, and people who can do work new tools cannot do. As communication professionals, it means you need to know what tools are out there. It doesn't mean you have to use them. You just need to know what AI tools are accessible, which agencies you can use, what you can use, what platforms to talk to. Knowing those tools and being able to use them or know how to lead them, that's your value. And the people who can do work, the new tools that cannot do, for example, creativity. You saw AI can't do creativity. You saw AI can't film people. You saw AI cannot do the big picture of what they're trying to do, how to lead and how to finish and what is correct. If you have these two skill sets, this is where your value is as a communication professional. Businesses value leaders over followers. That's what's happening here. And as a communication professional or market professional or a business professional, you need to see yourself as a leader. And you need to see yourself how you can access all these tools to make you become the best leader, to lead your team. And AI has limitations. It has experience. It knows so much knowledge, but it doesn't understand why it has knowledge. It doesn't have the wisdom. And it doesn't have adaptive logic. For example, I asked ChatGPT, there's a train, and there's a baby on one side and three elderly ladies on the right side. And I said, who are you going to hit? ChatGPT said, the baby, less lives. As humans, and all of you in the chat will probably say, why not just press the brakes? And that's where AI is. It has set of commands, it does things, but doesn't have adaptive logic. It doesn't understand the scenario, it doesn't have wisdom, so it doesn't know what's happening. So AI does not accept mistakes, because if you tell it to make a mistake, it tries to learn it, but doesn't understand why. It's just learning because it says, oh, I did this wrong, so I'll just add to my database, but doesn't understand why. It doesn't have gut, it doesn't have instinct. And therefore, if you trust AI fully, it's going to take you to the wrong path because it doesn't have the human gut that you have. In the IABC Association across the world, we do have rules that we follow by. The summary is, when I create AI-generated content, it's accurate, transparent, not plagiarized. I comply with legal laws. I do not use confidential information. I make sure it's human-led engagement, and I must fact-check. That is the rules of communication professionals to use AI tools properly. So we're at the 1 minute one. We're at 1 o'clock. So let's summarize the value of you. That's the whole point of what AI tools does. I can do, but I cannot start. I can create, but I don't know why. And I can help, but I can't finish. AI can do a lot, but it can't do these threes. And it's because of that, that's where your value is. Use AI as an extension of your ability, or use it as an extension of your creativity. You are the starting line. AI will help you move through it, and the finish line is where you call it. That is how you use AI properly. So, as we learned today, everything you learned, with AI gen tools, you create strategy and you review your ideas. AI gen images, you use visual ideas. AI gen audio, you build audio ideas. You hear what you want to hear. And AI gen videos, you storyboard. So, with everything you learned, I do hope you use AI, you have fun with AI, and you tell your team, it's not something to be scared of. It's something that you can use to build an extension of your creativity. So you can add me on LinkedIn right now. I'm happy to chat with this after. You can stay behind for more questions. And at the end of the day, I hope you learned a lot. I hope these tools you can have fun with, because my biggest rule, use these tools to break it. Use these tools to have fun. Because if you don't, you're not going to use these tools. And that's the whole point. A lot of people will use ChatGPT the first time. They'll be like, I don't get it. Use it to have fun. Because if you do, then you'll use these tools the right way and the brightest way. So yes, thank you for your time. And I am open to any questions right now. We'll be staying on for another 15 minutes-ish, unless everyone's got to head off, because lunch is over. Yeah, any other questions, let me know. We'll stay behind. But yeah, Chad, if there's anything else you would like to ask.
I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us, and special thanks to Sam. Please be sure to visit integrate.wv.edu for upcoming sessions, recordings of previous episodes, and to subscribe to receive updates.